needed all a little bit of tender, loving care and compassion. It's kind of been a wild ride all this time. And it was interesting because Colette and I were talking yesterday about, she says to me that, by the way, she won't be here today because she has to take Jasper into the chiropractor. But she said, I'm getting kind of confused with all these goddesses because now we're doing this one, which is one every week. And we just started up our level 3 too. So there's like this extra one in there. So there's just so much like energy. So today is all about just surrendering and into this, basically this mother compassionate energy. Yeah, so I would like each of you to just settle in into your body, into your chair, into, if you want to sit on a cushion in a lotus position, that's okay too. And just close your eyes and let your body relax. And for a few moments, pay attention to your breathing. Breathe deeply and slowly in and out. And feel the air entering and leaving your lungs. And with each deep breath, you move deeper and deeper into this peaceful state. Now transport yourself to a beach at the ocean and imagine your favorite stretch of sand next to the water and place yourself there. It's a cloudy night and you're just sitting there listening to the steady mutter of the waves and feeling the warm sea breeze on your skin and your face, and smelling the salt air. Now look up to see a beautiful round full moon that has just risen. Watch the moonlight shimmer on the water. Gaze at the moon and its beauty. Now you see it getting brighter and brighter until you can barely look at it. And gradually the moon becomes Kuan Yin herself, her body surrounded by a glowing aureola. Slowly, she descends towards you until she stands on a lotus blossom that floats on the waves. She's a mature woman with Asian features and ornate headdress and flowing robe. At the sight of you, Kuan Yin smiles a beautiful smile and tears of happiness shine in her eyes. She is so glad to see you. And as she comes closer, let her radiance enter you. Let her strength, her peace, and her compassion become part of you. Let yourself open to her so that she merges completely with you. And in this moment, you feel bottomless compassion for yourself and all other creatures. Your difficulties, your weaknesses, your inadequacies, all those ways in which you do not measure up to your own standards, all those moments in which you acted carelessly or unskillfully, or when you were immobilized by confusion, all your pain that sometimes seems endless, rising up when you least expect it. Let these aspects of yourself be utterly accepted by you. And then repeat after me, and just remember no one can hear you. Please, Kuan Yin, assist me in this process. I now choose to adjust my vibration and vision to perceive the highest revelation of truth available to me at this time, in whatever matter is of most importance for me now. I choose to release that which no longer serves my vibration, that which has held me back in fear or poverty consciousness, in illness or depletion, or codependency. I release it and I set myself free to be more of me in love, peace, and power. So it is. Now feel your suffering and confusion surrounded by the love that Kuan Yin awakens in you. Let yourself surrender into her compassion for all life. Allow her pouring forth soothing, healing waters from her vase, symbol of her own boundless womb. She gently wipes away your anguish, your sorrow, all your uncertainties with the sacred willow branch she holds in her right hand. Kuan Yin restores you with her tenderness and compassion. And then repeat after me. I honor this commitment to myself. I allow raising my vibration to be a priority. I give myself full permission to do this now in loving service to my soul and the planet. Thank you. I now accept this revelation fully and completely. I accept that I will see and know and understand at the perfect time in the perfect way. So be it. Finally, it is time for Kuan Yin to leave. You see her in front of you again. And as she moves away, she becomes smaller and smaller. At last, the sea and the sky vanish too, and you rest in contemplation of the beautiful empty space that is left. Let yourself open into that space and experience it. When you are ready, come back into your room, into your body, as you experience it sitting on the chair or cushion. Focus for a few moments again on your breath and breathing until you are ready to open your eyes.
Thank you, Brandy. So you guys don't go anywhere. Don't get too conscious yet. We're gonna go into her mudra right away. So the Yoni mudra, so Mary, you're gonna love this, but the Yoni mudra is Kuan Yin's mudra. So how we do this is we curl in, so we touch the index finger and the thumbs together, curl in the rest of your fingers so it looks like this. So just thumbs and index fingers are touching, all the other fingers are curled in, and you're gonna hold that near your yoni for this mantra. So obviously the triangle's pointed down. Okay, and then I'm just going to play you her mantra, and I want you to just take a breath and close your eyes. And start to feel the energy. Like mudras bring energy together. They create an energy circuit. And so whatever, it's very subtle when you use mudras. So like whatever you're feeling today in the womb space, just let that be okay, and let your awareness be so subtle that maybe you notice this energy circuit flowing as you do the mantra. Again, your index fingers are pointing down, and so the index fingers are pointing down towards the earth right in front of your womb space, like a uterus. So just take a couple breaths. Maybe I'll get Brandy to give me a thumbs up if you can hear this. Do you want me to turn it up a bit? Up? Take a couple more breaths. Feeling the subtle energy of that mudra. And when you feel ready, you can bring your hands in through prayer, maybe rub them together, create some heat in the palms. Bring your hands over your eyes, feel the warmth. This week is going to be all about self-love, self-acceptance, you know, sending that nurturing energy to the shadow parts of ourselves that are emerging. And so the Yoni Mudra generates or stimulates various forms of energy within the body, and it brings balance to all the elements of body: air, water, fire, earth, and space within. Obviously symbolizing the womb, the creator of life, and yeah, associated with Kuan Yin herself. The mantra that you just listened to, oh, Mary, that's super cool. She says her cramps went away with that. That's amazing. The mantra for, I'm writing it in the chat box, the mantra for Kuan Yin is Om Mane Padme Hum. Writing it there for you. I'll write it also on Facebook. And how many of you remember the story of Avalokiteshvara I told last week? I can tell it again. Oh yeah, okay, good call. Sarah's saying citronella for cramps, Mary. Or dragon time. Dragon time even makes my flow less crazy.
That's what I put on this morning.
See, I'm in ovulation at the new moon. Happy new moon, everyone. I'm in ovulation, so you're either in ovulation like me or menstruation. Menstruation at the new moon is more typical because we're in total darkness, you know, and low energy. But I somehow flipped last year to have my period on the full moon, and now I ovulate on the new moon, which doesn't work totally because I find new moons draining to me. So I'm like, when I should be at the height, I'm feeling the effects of the new moon. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Me and my Yoni will figure it out. So Avalokiteshvara, I'll just remind you if you forgot from last week, Avalokiteshvara was that guy who was trudging up the mountain, remember? And there was that stone wall. So he was like, you know, all the suffering was at the bottom of the mountain. He's trudging up the mountain. And he gets to the stone wall. And the stone wall, if you get over the stone wall, then you get out of samsara, or this endless wheel of reincarnation. And you get into enlightenment or liberation. So Avalokiteshvara takes one step over that stone wall, and all of a sudden hears all the cries of his people at the bottom. And he realizes that there's too much suffering in the world for him to step off of the wheel of samsara. So he trudges back down the mountain, which is that going within. It's that Yoni mudra of like going really deep and down and in, you know? And so he goes trudging back down the mountain, and all his people are crying and suffering, and they're sick, and they're all these things, and he doesn't know who to help first. And he just gets so overwhelmed by how much there is to do on this planet that his head explodes into pieces, and he's trying to pick up all the pieces of his head, and then the Buddha shows up and helps him pick them up and gives him 11 heads, 10 auspicious and 1 fierce, and then gives him 8 arms, which is very Durga-esque as well. Or was it 1,000? I don't remember. Watch last week. It's either 8 or 1,000 because I don't have the story in front of me. Anyway, he has enough arms to help people, basically. And they say that Kuan Yin is actually a incarnation of Avalokiteshvara. So they are both bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas are the ones who wait until everyone is enlightened before they themselves become enlightened, which is a very altruistic thing to do. So where was I going with that? So yes, she's the Bodhisattva of compassion, much like Avalokiteshvara. Her name translates in the Chinese as the one who perceives the cries of the world. So same as Avalokiteshvara. She's also compared to the Virgin Mary in Christianity because she intercedes on behalf of those who call out to her with humility and serenity. Scholars believe that the Buddhist monk Kumarajiva, I'm probably not saying that correctly, was the first to refer to the female form of Kuan Yin in his Chinese translation of the Lotus Sutra in 406 CE. P.S. Lotus oil is also for Kuan Yin, and I believe, Sarah may correct me if I'm wrong, I believe lotus oil, the only Young Living oil that has lotus in it, is Build Your Dream, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll have to verify that. You have to check? Yeah, I think it is, but we'll see.
I know there's only one oil.
And I think it's Build Your Dream, yeah. But I'll check. I learned it at beauty school, but anyway. She's associated with the number 33. So if you've been seeing 333 a lot, there you go. I know I saw it yesterday a lot because she appears 33 times in the sacred text. So the Lotus Sutra reveals the mudra often associated with Kuan Yin, which we just did, which is the Yoni mudra. And it symbolizes the womb to remind us that we all enter through this world, or enter into this world through the female form. I wish people would get that, like on a deeper level. You know what I'm saying? Right now, people need to remember that they came onto this planet through the female form, okay? The Buddhist saint Miao, oh man, I'm totally butchering that, I'm sure. Shan is believed to be an incarnation of Kuan Yin, and Kuan Yin was originally worshipped as a male deity, but at some point during the Northern Sung dynasty, Kuan Yin began to be worshipped as female. Miao Shan is believed to be the cause of this transformation. So the legends contain beautiful accounts of her saving sailors from drowning in rough seas. And Kuan Yin is associated with jade, of course, because of its protective properties. Hello, jade eggs, everyone. I don't know, just saying. And in this case, it's said to help with going underwater, both literally and figuratively, drowning in the ocean or in a flood of emotions. Mary, just pop your hand out of the ether if that resonates with you. Right? Are we all drowning right now? So I just want to tell you, we're going to have a little bit of a discussion right now. Mary, of course, if you don't feel like talking, that's totally fine. But I'm going to give you guys some homework, which I did last night. So the homework is to, I'm going to, Brandy, I think I should mesh the two like I did last night. It was kind of an epic experience. So I have this really great book called The Book of Sacred Baths. You can actually get it for free online, the whole thing, which is really cool if you look it up. And I did Kuan Yin's bath in here, which is called the Acceptance Bath. Okay. It was 4 drops of orange blossom oil, aka neroli, 3 drops of lavender, and again, I'll put this on the Facebook page, and 3 drops of lotus blossom oil. I didn't have lotus blossom oil, so I actually used white angelica instead, but you can use whatever oil calls to you. You grab a quartz crystal or jade if you have it. I don't recommend using your jade eggs for this, although you could. Actually, that would be interesting because basically what you're doing with this crystal is you're programming it to Kuan Yin completely. Like you're giving this crystal completely over to her, and I'm wondering what that would be like if you did it to your jade egg. But anyway, a white candle you have burning during your bath, a cup of baking soda, a cup of sea salt, white roses. If you have them, you can do rose. I just do rose buds. Like I don't have white ones, but so the orange blossom is used for lightness, lavenders for peace and relaxation. Of course, the lotus creates peace and raises your consciousness, which I feel white angelica does the same. I would say frankincense too, but I feel frankincense is kind of a masculine oil for some reason. I don't know why I associate it with a gender, but I do. So then you do your bath, light a white candle, call in Kuan Yin, goddess of compassion and peace. Breathe in her energy and make peace, and ask her to teach you to make peace with whatever is going on for you right now. Ooh, ylang ylang would be good too. That does feel very Kuan Yin like, Sarah. I would, yeah, if you guys have ylang ylang, that would work as well for sure. So then you lie back in your bath and you attune to her energy, and you can pick some things or people that are discordant in your life, things that maybe aren't working, and see how worry and panic begin to arise. And then ask yourself, what's taking me out of this delicious moment? And then choose to let it go and ask Kuan Yin what she would do and feel into her centeredness, those waves of peace coming over you. And if you feel toxic emotions like anger or annoyance or irritation, you ask Kuan Yin to make peace with them. So command every muscle to relax, every thought to be peaceful, every feeling that you have to be contentment, and every action harmonious. So notice that although she may seem passive and like subtle, she is just this incredible force that can transform everything by aligning with her. And then you can switch into thinking about things that bring you peace. So spend some time in your bath thinking about things that bring you peace. And I then brought my phone in. And I played the 42-minute meditation from Alana Fairchild, which I will post. It's on Spotify. It's from the Kuan Yin transmissions. And she gets you to take this crystal, and I chose this one because I didn't pay attention to whether it was quartz or jade. I just went through my crystals beforehand and said, what one speaks Kuan Yin to me? And this one raised its hand. So I've had this one actually since I was like a teenager, like trans age probably. And it just was like, pick me. So I was like, all right, cool. So I don't even know what it is actually. I feel like it had angel in the title when I first got it, but it's been so long that I don't actually remember anymore. Anyway, whatever. So basically you go into this really deep meditative state with this guided meditation, and you merge with Kuan Yin, and the light starts spewing from your heart into the crystal, and it's like, this meditation is so epic. Like, give yourself that full hour or hour and a half to just love on yourself with these things this week. It is powerful. I want to do it again. Yeah, this meditation went so deep for me. And then you're called to drink some tea. They say like a tea of never. Maybe Sarah has this one because you're like the tea queen. Where did it go here? I just lost it now. Anyway, I think it was, I don't even know. Let me find it again. But you can make any tea, I feel like. And you can even make, like, I have a femininity, which is for yoni stuff. And if you're on your period, you could use that. Kava tea. Do you have kava tea, Sarah? No? Yeah. Okay, it's kava tea if you have it. I've never actually heard of that tea, so I just say use the tea, or lotus tea. Do you have lotus tea, Sarah? No, I don't either. So if that works, otherwise just make yourself some tea and journal about your experience. I haven't journaled about it yet, but I went to bed right after because I just did. Like I was like out.
I almost feel like a white tea would be something light that also includes the rose. I have a few that actually just like popped into my head. I can't recall like the actual names, but
Yeah.
I can share them in the group.
Yeah,
too.
share them in the group. That would be awesome. Yeah, and so that's our homework for this week. And so I pulled a couple cards for us today from the Kuan Yin Oracle. If you don't have this deck, get it. I can't recommend it enough. Like I really can't. This is so divinely channeled, and the artwork is just insane. So these two cards popped out for us today. The Amaryllis Lute and the Dance Unveiling. And they're just like, the artwork is just incredible, right? I just love it so much. So I'm just going to read it to you concisely because she's long-winded, and see if it resonates for you. So she says, you have won, so this is the Amaryllis Lute, just this one. You have won a victory, beloved, a victory over the past, and the Amaryllis Lute is sounding through every cell of your being, heralding your rising vibration as you leave fear behind you once again. In fact, the lute says you are growing fast and spiritually. You are outgrowing your old life even more so. When your vibration changes, so too does your life, beloved. This is natural. It is safe and loving for you to release that which no longer feels right for you. No matter how much it was important in your old life, it might not have the same place in your new life. So just as a musical instrument can play notes at higher or lower vibrations, your vibration is being refined and you are growing so fast spiritually. I think if we're allowing ourselves to, everyone on the planet is. There are those that are choosing the 3D paradigms. We all know who they are, that are choosing to listen to the people who are telling them what to do and staying. And that's okay. Like, if that's where their soul is called to be right now. I don't really consider anyone in this group to be there. So those of us not there, I feel like we're growing exponentially. And like Mary said, things are just coming up that you didn't think would come up. And we'll be leaving people, places, and situations behind, and that may resonate with you as well. And some are going to grow with you and some just aren't. And we need to let them go and let them live their own destiny according to their own choices and timing. So the more you allow yourself to raise your vibration, to shine victorious in your journey from fear to peace, the more you'll be able to benefit from the quick unfoldment of your higher destiny in this life. So this Amaryllis Lute is calling you upwards in your soul vibration. It's the healing instrument of the Divine Mother Goddess Kuan Yin, of course. It sounds in your cells and it helps you continue to raise your vibration into peace. So you'll feel the effect of the Amaryllis Lute when you feel that you want to be more discerning about what you consume and how it might affect you positively or negatively. That is not just food. That is like news, what you're reading, Facebook posts. Like this is like all consumption, right? So I've really resonated with that, being called to discern what I look at, what times of day I go on social media, who I really want to see speaking on there. Like I've had to really watch what I consume there. I have been consuming green smoothies, so that is favoring me right now. So that is the healing with the Amaryllis Lute. And then the Dance Unveiling is about a situation in your life revealing itself with greater clarity, like sands shifting. The picture will seem clear and quite different to how it once appeared to you. I am so waiting for this. Sorry, Sarah, what did you mean, rite of ritual? For
the cards. You could
Oh,
probably get them in like
yeah.
Divine Mind.
Divine Mind will have them too, and they will let you in their store. You just have to make an appointment. So I'm like kind of excited for this thing, whatever this is, to reveal itself. And it's basically saying that there's a situation in your life right now that's still unfolding and you have yet to perceive it fully. Just be patient, curious, trust what you feel is unfolding now. Don't rush to set things in motion. Don't rush to set things in motion. I have to really take my own advice. To form a structure, even make things concrete until you've had a chance to be clear about the situation or this process. And there'll become a time in the near future when you'll realize the graceful cosmic dance of Kuan Yin has unfolded and a veil has been lifted. So I'm really feeling excited for this. I really want it to be true. I believe it is true since I pulled it in sacred space. And then you'll know whether to act, what the appropriate course of action is, whether to do non-action and not make that decision right now. You'll know in the very near future. And it's about patience, trust. My biggest life lessons right there. Kuan Yin's dance of divine grace will touch this part of your life and bring you clarity. So go into the heart and listen for the music. So those are our messages for this week. I'm really excited to just feel that. I already feel that breath of fresh air with her. We've been dealing so much with the shadow and the dark goddess, not only with you guys, but in my level 3 too. So I just want to open it up to you guys and let me know what you are experiencing right now and what you want to bring more peace to in your life. So if we want to share that, that would be great. Brandy, I'm going to start with you.
I'm going to say more peace in my household. There's just been a whole lot of energies from people and going, okay, a certain one in particular, you have to help me. You got to help me get rid of this. And I'm like, okay, well, time out here. Like, and then quote unquote, isn't this what you're training to do to help people? I'm like, yes. However, you're still responsible for how you are responding, right? Like that's not, so a lot of almost miscommunication, the not listening. So I'll say something and he's like, no, you didn't finish. And I'm like, but I did, and so there's like this, it's like heavy and almost as agitation. So for me last night, around like dinner time, I was like, whoa. So that's one thing that I would like cleared out, because it's just almost too much,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go spend the day out and about, I'll take Riley with me, but just a break. And
I'm almost getting the feeling like where I was a few years ago is like really the mothering aspects of ourselves, like the breastfeeding, the womb space. Like I'm getting like really protect yourself there so that people aren't feeding off your mother energy, because Brandy, you have a lot of mothering energy, like you do. Like if you walk into Brandy's house, your house just feels like a giant womb. Like you're like, I'm home now, and literally people think they're home because they don't leave her place. So people like live there often, you know what I mean? So you do give that off, and I'm just getting that feeling of like, not only will Kuan Yin help you, but to be the mother and to point people in the direction of the divine mother rather than the you.
Well, and that's just it, right? So and even like my homework that you had us do in Reiki class.
Oh, that's so pretty.
It says boundaries.
Oh my gosh, you did such a good job. Now I don't want to share mine. Mine's like all over the place. You did such a good job.
Thank you.
Wow.
But yeah, no, like, yeah, that the boundaries and saying, you know, I'm here to help guide, but I'm not here to do it for you. And really saying, I actually said to him the other day, I said, I'm not like, I'm not going to baby, right? So if you're coming to me and you're saying something, I'm going to actually ask you point blank now, right? Like, where's this coming from, or whatever. And because then flip it more into, he has to think about it, right? Versus
And
me.
also just a reminder that those of us in the healing field, we get money to do this. Like we have, and I don't mean it's all about money or capitalism. I'm saying there's an energy exchange. Right now it happens to be money. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes people trade you for things. They'll take your photos to give them Reiki or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so for just to counter what he said to you is like, yeah, we do this for a living, which means there is some sort of form of energy exchange. Like Mary's not going to go coach her partner,
right?
because she gets paid to be a coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know that role gets blurry sometimes. I get it. Luckily I have a husband who's like, don't even try to heal me, back it up, you know, like. So there's no problems there, because sometimes I'm like, I want to help you, and he's like, no, you're not helping me. So I have the opposite. But there needs to be an energy exchange. So
yeah,
just wanted to put that out there.
I agree.
Thanks, Randy. I will love to hear, I hope you share in the group how this meditation shifts you, this sacred bath, and like how it plays out in the rest of your week. Will be really
absolutely.
Thank you. Sarah, do you have anything you want to bring peace to in your life?
Everything.
Right?
Like, where do I start? I thought it was funny that this is the goddess that we're focusing on, because I actually made peace with the fact that I had a lady who led me to believe that she wanted to do the business with me, but then she had other ideas. So I just actually made peace with the fact that I don't have to worry about it anymore. Like, this has nothing to do with me anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have to like put my energy into that. So that was like a flood of relief. Like, I was just like, oh, like, thank you. Because I have like that personality where it's like, I want to help people so much. And it's like, I have to learn not to drag people.
Yes, I've had to learn that lesson too.
So it was like, okay, no, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. And I'm also like, at the same time with somebody else, she was asking, like, I call them like little red flags. And I'm like, like, I don't think this is for you. Like, I don't feel like you're ready for this path. I'm like, but I can help you in another way. And then it actually turned the conversation like really positive. So I was like, yes, go Sarah. Like, recognize the signs first.
Yeah, it's discernment too. Which is a abundance mindset rather than scarcity, right? If you're scarcity, you're going to take whoever lines up for you. But in abundance, you're like, that's not the right fit or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Yay, you.
So, I don't know. So I don't know, like, I think I would just like maybe home life, like, I don't know. Give me some good energy.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm with you there for
So,
sure.
give me some mom patience.
Yes, that's exactly where I was tuning into that. You and me. Yeah, I'm like, the rainy days, I get it. I'm like, yeah. Mary.
Yeah, Riley's been like super just, and so with schoolwork, we've actually been doing really, really well. And then the last, like, there were 2 days this week that it was just like pulling teeth, and he was super angry and like, owie. I'm like,
he's being asked to follow a masculine cycle with this old traditional education, and If we don't
Yep.
feel like doing something in our adult life, we don't typically. Like, work is maybe different, but like if we don't feel like doing homework on a particular day, we don't. And so these kids are having to follow this masculine system, and they're just pushing against it, you know? Like,
Yep.
yeah. Rather than, like, wouldn't it be cool if we could let them follow the cycles? I mean, I let Ollie do that and she's much happier, but yeah. Mary, you can either share or not, 'cause I know
I'm
where you're
so
at.
thankful that Brooks doesn't have to do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. So Mary, let me know if you want to share anything about what you're bringing peace into.
Just this awesome 24-hour paradigm shift that I've had.
Mhm.
I just bring in love into that and self-compassion, and just opening myself up to receiving support, and yeah, peace, make peace with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
for
hear you.
holding space.
Yeah, and thank you for being in the space. I love it. Yeah, I'm bringing peace to my home life. I'm bringing peace to this fear I have about this umbilical hernia that I think I have from Hero's birth, and healing that naturally. I want more peace around that. Yeah, so peace in health and peace in my home life with parenting. That's where I'm bringing it in, you guys. And peace with the unknown. I'm really bringing peace into the unknown because we're here, you guys. We're in the liminal space. This is the breath between worlds, and we don't know. You know, we're getting messages, but we don't really know what this is going to look like. So bringing peace to just being in the not knowing. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Brandy, so much for that lovely meditation.
You're welcome.
Post your ocean waves on the group because I know we didn't hear them, but like
I know, as soon as like, oh crap.
we'll post them on the group. I really want people to be able to listen to, you know, ocean waves right now, and that sort of calming, like, tidal thing. And I'm sending you all the most love and compassion this week. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on each other. Accept all that is. Again, we're kind of going through that Tara, everything is holy still, but more in this like acceptance and compassion arena. So enjoy that freaking bath, you guys. It's going to be luxurious and amazing, and you deserve that time to yourself uninterrupted, okay? So I will post that in the group, and I love you all. I love you all who are watching the replay and couldn't and had to work today. And I hope you felt our energy out there, even if you weren't physically present with us. So sending you all love, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.